very long trading day today. Um, I'll explain to you my bias going into the day and pretty much anything else I saw. I was bullish on the day. There were no high time frame SMTs coming into the 4 hour on both time frames. Chop, chop, chop. Right up until market open, obviously. Okay. Coming to the 1 hour, chop, 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 chop. Same thing on ES, chop, 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 chop. We had a 4 hour fair value gap resting below all this sell side that we tapped into, because at one point it was here, right? But we tapped into it and rejected off of it. So my bias, because we're at all-time highs, based off of that, was bullish. So no high time frame SMTs. All I have to go off is we are rejecting off of the 4 hour, and we're at all time highs. Okay, so I'm just gonna let the market tell me what to do. Right. Here's what happened. Okay, on the 15-minute, we have Asia consolidation. We have London manipulation of the London and Asian lows, which made me believe that we would go higher. Same thing here, right? You have Asia consolidation. We have manipulation of the London and Asian lows, and I was expecting us to go higher. Yes, we swept the Asia high, but we did sweep both London and Asian low on both indexes. So my bias was bullish. Okay, now let's hop into the 5-minute and execution, right? First trade I took was on ES. Okay, mind you, again, want to clarify, there's going to be no P&L because there was no profit or loss on this. This is not on a funded account. I'm going to be doing this for maybe like the next week or two. So expect that, okay? I might remind you throughout the week as well. Anyways, so on the 5-minute, we get a sweep of sell side after market open. Okay, what I wanted to see was price sweep sell side, take it to the all-time highs. On NQ, we opened lower, so NQ is my more favorable asset as far as taking along to all-time highs because it's a greater distance from market open than it was on ES. Okay. Once I saw this sell side sweep, going to the 1-minute, I waited for an inverse, which we got. Okay. We inverse, and then as soon as we inverse, I just entered along. What I could have done to get a better entry, although it was still a loss either way, because at the end of the day, the market conditions today were shit. We've just been chopping up. We only delivered once, and that's on the higher time frame. But if I wanted to be more accurate, what I could have done was taken a long instead of at inversing this, and instead of taking a retracement off of fair value gap, since there was no bullish fair value gap, I could have simply took a long off of equilibrium right here, and I would have had a better risk reward, but I didn't think of that quick enough, so this was the result. Okay. I just wanted to take it to all-time highs because I thought we would. We ended up being, how many ticks? Let's see. Yeah. Wow. One tick away. We're one tick away from my take profit. Oh well. I think it was a valid trade setup. I think I had a valid bias. Market obviously had other plans. It was just unlucky, so I'm not really worried about that. Now come on to NQ. I took a trade after this one, post 10 a.m. news, okay? So, okay. Okay. So, Guys, I don't even know what liquidity sweep I even took this trade off of. I'm trying to figure it out right now, but I can't. Well, let's just skip that for now. But I looked for an inverse again, all right? Because we have all this consolidation. The manipulation would be lower, and I don't want to continue higher like I said I would earlier, right? That was my bias. And so I look for an inverse. I take it off of the inverse. We just chop, 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 nonstop. I think this is 2 ticks away from my stop loss. And then all of a sudden we just get a huge candle, well, considerably huge for the kind of market conditions we're in, up. And then I hit take profit 1, took size off of that. I took 50% off, went break even. And that was it. I got stopped out. So 1 win, 1 loss. Nothing really to say about it other than just show you the trade. I don't think there was anything to learn from this because I had just entered in as we started to chop up. My first sign should have been that ES was printing higher while NQ was printing lower. Now, it's one thing if ES is printing higher, but NQ is lower. It's a very different thing. But this time, while ES was printing higher and Q was printing, keyword, lower. That should have been my first sign to not take a trade. It is what it is. I mean, in retrospect, I could say a lot of things, but during the trade, what can I say? Maybe the fact that I can't find the liquidity sweep that I wanted to go off of is enough to say why I shouldn't have traded in the first place. Yeah. So maybe that was my issue. Take profit 1 did get hit. So cool. But I honestly think I was just waiting for an inverse and a retrace to take out the all-time highs. I think I forgot about a liquidity sweep. That's a mistake that I made. And even though we were in a bearish SMT the entire time, that's what was going through my head. I was like, okay, well, we're below this hourly low on NQ, but we failed to do so on ES, so that was enough for me to want to take a long to reject off of this 4 hour. So that was it. That was what happened. My name is Daniel Tatani. Through Christ, I'm a profitable trader. I execute based on logic, not fear. My edge is my skill, not my emotions. You guys have a good day.